Hey everyone, this is Christy with AG Takes Over. I am very excited to be here with you today for the third annual installment of my reactions to your doll collections. So, back in the day when I first started my channel, Kyla from Kyla Collects actually did a similar video and was kind enough to feature my collection in her video. And I have been paying it forward ever since. So when December rolls around, I put out a call for submissions and ask you to submit anywhere from 1 to 6 photos. And I give some guidelines about a little blurb that I'd like you to have written up for me, and your name, pronouns, if you have social media, what you want shared, what you don't want shared, etc. And people start emailing me those submissions throughout the month. Most of them come in the last week of December. Understandably, people get things for Christmas and they want to hold off in case they add another doll to their collection, I think. Um, anyway, if you have not seen the first two, I will link those below in the description. But let's go ahead and get started. We had somewhere between 35 and 40. I want to say like 36 maybe submissions in total. So jumping right in is Beth Baccarella. You may know her from Instagram or from commenting on lots of videos. She is very involved and supportive and is one of the people helping make the American Girl Minicon a reality in the spring of 2026 up in Salem, Michigan. But here is her collection. And Beth is a very big fan of Oh Dear custom dolls. I want to say all except one, or maybe at this point, all of her dolls have been customized by Oh Dear Custom Dolls. And if you pay attention here, starting in the bottom, we've got a Marie Grace mold, then Nanea, then Claudie, then Corinne, then Classic. And the top row left to right is Addie. Looks like Josefina, then Sonali, then Jess, then Joss face molds. So Beth's collection has evolved over the years, but I think one of her goals is always to have only one of the face molds that she has. She doesn't have every face mold because I don't see a Corinne, and I'm sure there are some other ones, but to only have one of each face mold and to make them unique to her collection by having them customized. So I always appreciate Beth's collection. Next up is Erin's collection, and Erin did share her handle for YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, Erin and her dolls, with a whole lot of underscores, and didn't send me any additional information, but I've got 3 pictures to share from her collection. First is Molly and Emily, and these dolls look to be in fantastic condition. I can't remember if that's the school outfit or the Route 66. I don't remember what the name of the Molly outfit on the left is, but I do think it's adorable. And yeah, I really like this picture. The next 2 dolls, I don't know their names because, as far as I can tell, aren't they both Truly Me dolls? And I don't know their names. They weren't shared. It does look like the one on the right has a bracelet that maybe says a name. It looks like DACI something. I have no idea if that's a name or not. Anyway, cute classic molds. And then the final one, it does look like these were done in pairs by their face molds because we had 2 classics, then 2 classics, and now 2 Josefina molds. And that's Truly Me 27 or 28, I can't remember, and 125 is on the right. Again, I don't know their names, but 2 Josefina molds with glasses looking adorable. Another one that sent a submission is Tessa. So Tessa just sent 1 picture, and here is their collection. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think I counted 22, but you saw how quickly I counted, so let me know if I'm wrong. Mostly American Girl, 1 Welly Wisher down in the front, Kendall, and looks like a good collection of their Sonali mold, Josefina, lots of classic molds, Addie, and at least 1 Jess mold because I see Kanani back there on the right. Yeah, very nice. They're all in their jammies. I wonder if they're going to participate in Jammies January. I have to dress my dolls for that real soon. All right, number 4 is from McKenzie, and I've got 5 pictures to share. McKenzie did share some information. So she said, I have only 3 dolls in my collection. My 2 childhood dolls, Kirsten and Emily. Emily is a Girl of the Year from 2013, and Truly Me 44, the one I've purchased since getting back into dolls as an adult. As a child, I wanted a doll with curly hair like me, but American Girl wasn't making them yet, so I had to get a curly hair doll when I started spending time with my dolls again. My dolls only hang out in 2 eras: Pioneer Times with Kirsten's collection, or the 90s with Emily. I love Pleasant Company era dolls, and I hope to get a first edition Addie doll someday. Right now, I'm mostly enjoying helping my 9-year-old build her collection, and some of her dolls are featured in the picture showing off my Kirsten collection. Yes, there are 2 Carolines. One belongs to my 6-year-old. I also included a childhood photo just for fun. So you can see some of these pictures. I love the 90s. Love the 90s scene. This does feel like you just opened an American Girl magazine or an American Girl catalog. And then the Pioneer era. I love Kirsten's dirndl outfit, and it's not one that I own. So someday, I know it's not like ridiculously priced compared to some of her other things. It's not like her baking outfit. I love the little bandana with it. Oh, this is lovely. This is so pretty. Okay, so additional dolls that belong to her 2 daughters are either that's Marisol or Truly Me 28 over on the far right, in the summer dress. I'm not sure because the hair is pulled back. And then Kanani, Samantha, Julie, the Carolines. Okay, very cute. And then look at this. Thank you so much, McKenzie, for sending a childhood picture as well. All right, the 5th contribution comes from Dawn, who I mention regularly. She and I chat frequently, and she has sent a couple dolls that I have rehabbed or customized and then used as giveaway dolls. She also sent the doll that became Bomb in my collection, who is a redheaded Jess mold with freckles and light brown eyes. Anyway, Dawn's collection is it is quite a mix. Her collection includes customs, historicals, Truly Me's, Girl of the Year, CYOs, you name it. She is planning on downsizing significantly throughout 2026, so it'll be interesting to see who stays and who goes. Some of her dolls represent her and her family members. Some, as far as I know, remain the characters that American Girl originally created, and some of them are entirely new characters. So in this first picture, I know Christy, who is her Truly Me 45, is hiding back there. But the one that stands out to me that I can see clearly is the Truly Me 62 on the right-hand side, because Truly Me 62 is just stunning. And then this next picture, aside from the special edition Kirsten over there looking pristine and and caged, I'm really interested in this rewigged, it looks like maybe a custom also, Joss mold that's to her right, to the right or to our right of Kirsten. The silver dress looks like maybe blue eyes, but definitely a blonde wig on a Joss mold. So I think she's really pretty. Addie looks fantastic in her dress. This is just a lovely picture. And then the next one, I did want to share a little bit more about this one because she said, this is my chosen family. Or no, this is my created family. Christy, Franklin, and Harriet. The Franklin and Harriet are twins, and they're named for historical figures. Christy is a 14-year-old freshman in high school, eager to be elected class president. She envisions going to Columbia Law and either being president or serving in the Supreme Court. RBG is her idol. The twins are seniors in high school. They're both brainy. They excel in chemistry and math and intend to go into the medical profession. Franklin to be a surgeon, Harriet to do research in genetics in the hopes of preventing and or curing genetic disorders. This is a family of go-getters. I think that's lovely. And then here are pictures of more of her collection at a glance. If you are watching this when it's not like airing for the first time during the live or during the premiere, I would say pause and really take a look at all of these because there's some gorgeous dolls in here. And I'm not sure where or how she'll be selling those, where she'll be listing them, but we should all keep our eyes peeled as she starts parting with some of these dolls. All right, next up is a collection from Allison. If you are familiar with Blez's films here on YouTube or on Instagram, then you will be familiar with this collection. I'm happy to see all of Allison's dolls again. So, Allison was kind enough to describe the dolls photo by photo. So in this first picture, it's the entire the main doll family consisting of 13 dolls as well as some extra characters. So these are all of her dolls. And the first row, left to right, is Clementine, Michelle, Julie, Molly, Charlie, Caroline, and Eve. And then the second row, left to right, is Eloise, Luke, Will, Austin, Olivia. That's the My Twin doll, Kat, Ginger, and Aspen. And I watch this channel pretty often, so I'm familiar with a lot of these dolls. Photo number 2 is a photo of the main doll family characters, so minus the extras. Number 3 is the first 4 dolls in her collection, so Caroline, Will, Charlie, and Michelle. The fourth photo is Julie and Molly posed next to each other because they are friends in Allison's doll lore. And I always love seeing who modernizes, who lets dolls time travel, who is very much like everybody must be in the same era or in the era that American Girl created for them. I don't have strong feelings about it. Like, do what brings you joy. So I'm always interested, though, to see what people's approaches are. And then the last photo is Eve, Nellie, and Lainey posed next to each other as they are also friends in Allison's doll lore. So thank you, Blez's Films, for sharing these dolls again. Then next up is a collection from a viewer, and the viewer shared, here is maybe a bit of a different collection than the others in the video, and it definitely is, my collection of mini dolls. So all the clothes, aside from the meat outfit pieces, were hand sewn by this collector, which I think is so impressive. One is a Lori mini doll, their original character, Priya. And the collector said, as much as I love the 18-inch American Girl dolls, the minis are just as nostalgic for me, and they're a more affordable and more portable option, which is absolutely true. I know a lot of people who, when they travel, they don't want to take a full-size doll, or if they use their dolls as like comfort for anxiety when out in public, just the comfort of knowing like, I've got a little mini doll tucked away in my bag is comforting for a lot of people, and it's much easier to travel with. I very much enjoyed collecting them over the past year, and I hope next year I have more opportunities to take them out for photos. So they didn't say newer collector, but sounds like maybe most of these have been collected in the past year. So yeah, very cool. Thank you. Number 8 is another collection from simply a viewer. This person says, I got into doll collecting as an escape from everyday life, relatable, and when my daughter happened to be gifted an American Girl doll by her cousin. This doll had been passed down to that cousin by another cousin, so we're the third owners, or the doll's family, as of 2008. I started collecting dolls released on my daughter's birth year, but only if I like them. With the intention of letting my girls play with the dolls and passing them down to them when they get older if they want them. My oldest daughter has 2 American Girl dolls. My youngest has a Journey Girls doll and an Our Generation one, as well as a Truly Me 15 or something. I have Corinne, Nanea, and a Truly Me 46 that is a stand-in for Gabriella, but with mostly Tenny's outfits because I don't like Gabriella's collections. All have been handed down or bought secondhand with the exception of one really good Amazon deal. Anyway, the girls dress their dolls as they want to. I dress mine either to match their personalities or a historical time or as a trio with matching outfits. My wish list includes Claudie, but if I continue collecting beyond these dolls, I only want one doll of each face mold because my house is small and I don't have spare rooms. I would like a Joss, an Addie mold, but a Truly Me, I forgot the number, an Ivy, and a Cubby for sure. So we've got first daughters, 2 dolls up first, or older daughters, 2 dolls, younger daughters, 3 girls. And then the person who sent this, their 3 dolls. I'm guessing this is matchy in the sense that they're all in plaids, and then here they are all wearing Nanea's collection. But I have to say, this might be my favorite because 46, or Gabriella in my mind, that looks like a Gabriella doll, obviously, wearing Claudie's outfit is freaking precious. And then here they were kind enough to label each doll when they were purchased, what their number is, all that good stuff. So thank you so much for contributing. Collection number 9 is from Bennett. Bennett has an Instagram and a YouTube channel by the same name. That's Doll Life by Bennett. And they shared, in my collection, each of my dolls is a unique adult character and all of their stories interconnect. I try to have representation, but I also try not to pretend I know things that I don't actually know. And just side note, I really appreciate that. I think that that is sometimes a tricky line for people to walk, but it is important to make sure that we're not just like ticking off diversity boxes, in adding representation in ways that feels very superficial and inauthentic. Bennett continues, a lot of my dolls have queer and neurodivergent elements in their characters, giving me an outlet for self-expression and imagining representation in stories that I don't always see. Yes, relatable. And just a side note, Bennett shared that they've moved and now have doll space and have a goal of posting at least one video a month, and they have already planned them out. So Bennett, I just saw that you had asked a question for some advice, AGTube related. Will you please comment, if I haven't gotten back to you yet, comment and remind me to reach out. I just now saw that you were asking that. So I'm not going to answer it here, but just nudge me. All right. Collection number 10 is from, I don't know if this is Alisa or Alisa. It didn't come with a pronunciation guide, but Alisa. It could go either way, right? Only Alisa or only Alisa online on social stuff. And they share, I've collected dolls since I was a child. This year, I dressed only a few of my dolls for the holidays. American Girl is a huge part of my collection. I own about 31. Addie was my first American Girl. I received her for my birthday back in 1993, and I have been hooked ever since then. My side passion is customizing and creating outfits. See Cecile's new holiday outfit. And then just happy holidays. Have a safe, calm, and stress-free 2026. Boy, don't I hope so. Okay, so let's take a look at these pictures. Aw, this is so sweet. Cecile's holiday outfit is precious. Kind of want that boy doll to move out of the way so I can see the rest of it, but I get a good sense of it. That's a really pretty outfit. Aw, Moana and Tiana. And this lucky guy to get to be in their presence. Oh, it's Mariah is Moana's new name in this collection. Look at everybody all bundled up. These are so cute. Ooh, the older girls, 45 and 11 there. And a CYO. I'm assuming it's a CYO. Yeah, it has to be with that light of skin. And I can't tell if that's 85 or 106, but it's one of the Truly Me dolls on the left. Oh, these are adorable. Thank you so much for sharing. Moving on to collection number 11. This is from Burkie Faye, and she goes by Burkie Faye on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Said very small age YouTuber. And Burkie shared that she started collecting as a kid in the mid to late 1990s, got back into it as an adult around 2018 because of Luciana. She went to the store and saw her collection, and then found the American Girl online community in 2024, which I have to say, that's 6 years of being back into it but not finding the community. I wonder what that was like, because I think we kind of found the two at the same time as adults and started making in real life doll friends in 2025. I love that. I want everybody to have in real life doll friends. Anyway, let's look at some pictures. So here everybody is hanging out in Corinne's room. Well, Corinne and Gwen's room. A couple of CYOs flanking the sides there. I see Tiana looks like she's gotten a different hairstyle. Maybe it's just back in ponytails. Some ruby red fashion friends in the loft bed. There's Luciana that started it all. Next up, a bunch of historical girlies doing their cute historical thing. And then, okay, so these are done by doll line at this point. So this one is some Girl of the Year, or in Sonali's case, Friend of Girl of the Year. And then we have a birthday celebration picture. This is cute. I like the idea of putting all the birthday outfits together. Next picture, I don't know what the theme is. Some of them seem to be stargazing. It is hard to get American Girl dolls to sit up straight. And maybe this was what they were all wearing before they changed clothes, because they're kind of all over the place. And then the last one is also a mix of, I don't know, just a picture of cute dolls. I'll take it. And then next up is collection number 12, Salem AG dolls. And Salem shares, I have 22 dolls in total, including my sister's doll, Luciana, that I'm taking care of. All of my dolls are in college and have majors and personalities that I have given them. Aww. I really like the dress that Lila's wearing. It reminds me of some stuff that Sean from Obsessed Dollboy AG put out a few releases back. And Covey's outfit is really cute too. And I want to know who the Jess mold is sitting down, because that looks like an older Jess mold and is super, super cute. Okay, next picture. Most of these, with the exception of Rapunzel on the left, all have either wavy hair or curly hair, which is interesting. And then the final picture, Bitty Babies look so crazy big next to these dolls. Ooh, there's a lot of cute dolls on this one. So Ivy, 26, Caroline, one of the Street Chic girls, one of the newer Truly Me's, and Truly Me 21. Ooh, if I had to pick a favorite, it would be so hard. Like Caroline is really cute. This is a good one. This is a good picture to end this collection on. I can't pick a favorite, but it's still a good picture to end the collection on. Moving on to collection number 13. This is from Ray, and her AGIG account is AGNATAVI. I would say AG Natavi, but I have no idea. She says, I've been collecting since Christmas of 2011 when I received Kanani at 9 years old. My dolls are all of college age and live in an extensive lore-filled universe that I've created for them. Their placement on the shelves is based on their aesthetics and which dolls have similar aesthetics. I also like to think that my collection is really unique, as so many of my dolls are customs. So let's see. Here are the first three. So 3 Truly Me's. Oh, I love that Jess mold on the right. Truly Me 40, I believe, based on the length of the hair. Oh, could be a 64. Anyway, the hair is cute, but the face, that's a nice older Jess mold. Ah, I love. And then the next picture. Look at the Our Generation doll there. I only have one Our Generation doll, side note, which is a Dia de Muertos doll from 2024 that I still haven't unboxed either. So I like all the boy dolls over here. First of all, Caroline's hair looks really nice. Jealous. I would have kept my Caroline's hair like in her original hair if it looked like that. But I particularly like the middle Jess mold boy. We have the Truly Me Jess mold boy, but you can see how different their face molds are, just eye shape. And I don't know, maybe you can't. I can see how different they are. So I really like that older Jess mold redhead. And then here we've got a full shelf. So it's hard to zoom in on any one, but I do start seeing some of the customs for sure. I see a rainbow hair on the top. I see a blonde over on the left in the middle shelf that's definitely not, straight off the shelf. I can see how their aesthetics are kind of grouped together. I like this. Next picture. These are a little bit more straight on. Looks like at least one CYO maybe in there. Middle row, no, top row, upper left, not far left, but on the left-hand side, CYO, and then looks like middle row as well. Cute. I like the pink hair on the, I'm guessing, Nanea mold on the middle row left. This is a nice collection. I did pause and count. There are 38 in this picture. So if this is all of the dolls, that is 38 dolls in Ray's collection. The other thing that I like about doing this video is there are people who have Instagram accounts that I'm not aware of, or people whose Instagram accounts I follow, but I didn't realize what their handle was over here on YouTube, and they comment, and I'm now getting to put two and two together when they say, this is my name, and this is my account over on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, so getting to like make those connections and also getting to follow some new Instagram accounts. That's another benefit for me of doing this annual video. And collection number 14 is a really good example of that. So I follow Steph's AG Dollhouse on Instagram, but I don't think that I put two and two together that the person who comments as Stephanie on a regular basis on my videos is Steph's AG Dollhouse on Instagram. So cool. Anyway, Stephanie says, a bit about my collection. I started collecting in 1995 with Kristen as my first doll at age 11. It's hard to believe she's already 30 years old. Kristen was followed by my mini-me, Caitlin, who is Girl of Today number 7 in 96. After years packed away, I got back into AG collecting in 2008. I now have 18 dolls, 9 historical and 9 modern. I consider my Ivy modern. 2 doll houses, and lots of doll clothes. I got into American Girl originally for the history. I'm now a history professor, so that tracks. Very cool. And but what's kept me interested is the sense of calm and happiness that my collection brings when real life gets tough. Whew, yeah. I share photos of my collection on Instagram and on the AG Playthings and my AG Dollhouse message boards. I really like this. I love dressing up. I love dressing the dolls up. I love Halloween, but also I like when something can double. So I know that this outfit on the left can also double for the AGIG Renfest, which is an annual event over on Instagram. Nice. I wonder what the unifying theme is here, or just put a group of dolls together, because I'm like, Girl of the Year, we've got historical, we've got pajamas, we've got formal, we've got summer, we've got winter. I'll take it. I do love a good Christmas photo shoot. I like that there are 2 of those like old school trees, the ceramic trees with the lights on them. I also like seeing like Kristen in her pioneer era clothes in front of an electric refrigerator. This is nice. Let's see. Do I have a favorite outfit or do I have a favorite doll from this particular photo? I'm surprising myself in saying this, but I think Ivy is my favorite. Maybe because she's front and center, but I like Ivy. I never feel like I like super duper connect with mine, but yeah, the outfit and the doll are just standing out to me in this picture. Ivy looks great. She's also the only one in green, so maybe that's why she's stealing the show. Ooh, this is much harder because there are some really good outfits too. Caroline's dress, I don't know who made that, but that's really nice. I love this Christmas dress on Samantha. Obviously, I would love to have the one that Kit's wearing. I'm just not going to part with that much money. We do have Addie's Christmas dress, and I should put that on her, even though it's past Christmas now. Yeah. Oh, nice picture. Good one for Claudie, too. I don't know who made that dress. Stephanie, if you're watching, feel free to shout out the people who made those 2 outfits in the comments, and we will move on to number 15. Collection number 15 is from Emma. Emma's Dollhouse on Instagram and YouTube, I believe both. And Emma says, I have 3 pictures that are historical, plus my modern day classroom, and then my other category. A few that are zoomed in of the historical dolls because the quality of the panorama one is a bit fuzzy. So that's what we're looking forward to. But her explanation was, I'm working on collecting all of the historical dolls. I'm very close to completing that collection line. I also have a group of Truly Me girls that are part of my community center / classroom world, and a few dolls that are other lines and round out my collection goals of having a diverse group of well-rounded gals. Not pictured is one doll, Remy, who is at the hospital getting her gender affirmation surgery. She said, in all honesty, she's just at the AG Care Center getting some official work done. Yeah, I have watched some of Emma's videos over on her channel. Feel free to go check out any of these channels, any of these accounts, but let's get on to her pictures. So first we've got Elizabeth and Felicity. Yeah, these are nice, clear close-up pictures. I appreciate that. And then we've got Ruthie and Kit and Nellie. I'm guessing she doesn't have Samantha since Ruthie and Kit are together, but Nellie's in with them instead of with Samantha. All right, Kirsten, Nanea, Ivy, and Addie. Nanea looks great in this, but man, Addie is the belle of the ball. She is so pretty. Okay, was I right? No, Samantha is in there. Nellie just was like, I need a different friend group. I need to branch out. All right, so we've got Kaya, Josefina, Molly, Emily, Ivy, Samantha, Nellie, Claudie, Kit, and Elizabeth. And then in front, Addie, Rebecca, Nanea, Kirsten, Ruthie, and Felicity. Nice. And then here are the others. I should have rearranged the order of the photos to put the Girl of the Years next, but or the Truly Me's come next. Anyway, here are, it looks like the Girl of the Year and others, because we've got Girl of the Year. The one in the back, I'm not sure, looks re-wigged or maybe customized a little bit. Then Luciana, same girl in the back. Look, the Glinda looks customized. Then Raquel and McKenna. And next we've got All Truly Me's, right? Yes, All Truly Me's. You know, JLY28 in that Maple Leaf outfit, I feel like is maybe an underrated doll because she has such like common features, medium skin Josefina mold with brown hair, but she's really cute. Thank you so much for sharing, Emma. Collection number 16 comes from Luca, and they say, I'm a very recent collector of American Girl. I've loved these books since I was a child, but only bought my first AG doll last July. As an Asian American, I started off mostly interested in acquiring the dolls that look like they could represent me. They take up a lot of space, so I wanted to be selective. Since then, I have gradually expanded my collection to have more face molds. So let's take a peek. All right, we've got Corinne, or it could be, I can't tell if the lashes are there or not. Could be Corinne or Truly Me 124. Am I completely off about that? I don't remember. Josefina and the boy Jess Mold, Claudie. Oh my gosh, I love her hair like that. I love the bows. I love the shirt underneath it. I love everything about that. Like everybody looks good, but Claudie is killing it. And then JLY number 4. Everybody looks good. I don't know. Just Claudie's is jumping out to me. All right. And then we've got Nanea and a custom Nanea, looks like. And a Truly Me 121 or 122. I will never remember them. And a beautiful older Jess mold. I'm having a hard time telling if it's an older 64 or if it's a 40, but I'd have to have them next to each other to be able to tell right off the bat. Very nice collection. Oh, I love this. Thank you so much, Luca, for sharing. And then next, we've got All Doll Love, and that is their account on Instagram and YouTube and Tumblr. And they say, these are fragments of both mine and my partner's collections that we're able to keep in our apartment. The rest remains at our respective parents' homes. We are primarily focused on collecting dolls and clothes rather than any larger sets, which I totally get. If I lived in an apartment, I probably wouldn't have even like dipped my toe in the waters of bigger sets. Currently, our dolls live in scattered groups around our apartment, and we keep their clothes in the 3 historical trunks that were gifted to us from a friend clearing out childhood belongings. The light wooden one is Addie's, and I believe the taller ones are Samantha's, though that doesn't look exactly right. Well, let's see. I'm not the expert, but you all can help me. Okay, so we've got McKenna, and looks like that's Tenny. Yep. And is that a Gott's doll? I don't know. I don't know all of the other brands well enough. A bunch of the pets and Kaya's doll. And then here are the trunks. Feel free to weigh in the comments if you can definitively identify the trunks. It's nice to see the storage. And then we've got Caroline, Kaya, Cecile, Samantha, and Rebecca. All historicals, but nobody's wearing their historical clothes. I mean, there's one historical outfit in there, but fun. And now we've got Girls of the Year, Mia and Kanani, Nikki, and Lainey. Very nice. I really like Mia's outfit, but I also discovered last year when I did this video that I am very partial to Mia in blue. In fact, last year's video is what prompted me to want a Mia doll. All right, next up, we've got Emily on Instagram. Emily is known as @InPleasantCompany. And Emily says, I grew up with American Girl, getting my first doll, Truly Me 28, for Christmas in 2008. She's supposed to look like me, but I fear the options were much more limited in those days. I also got Girl of the Year 2010, Lainey, which was a core memory of my mom making me save up my money all year to finally get her. I started collecting as an adult at the beginning of 2024, and you can see how that's going. Well, I can't because I intentionally didn't look through everybody. I didn't pay attention to people's pictures until right now. So let's see how that's going. Ooh, first of all, I appreciate the black and white and everybody looks so cohesive together, but this CYO on the left-hand side, she caught my eye right away. Ooh, this is a good picture. Nice dolls. Okay, next up, we've got people rating Julie's apartment. Is that what's going on here? And is that a Lila wig but a gray-eyed doll? Let me know what's going on here. Was there some Lila and Yvette mingling going on? It's a cute outfit, by the way. And then, oh, I like this way of displaying where you put are they command strips that have been added to the display boxes? I don't know because my wife got Playline Anna. No, I don't even know. No, I think she got the Fancy Pants Anna. But I haven't really paid attention to the box once she got Anna out of the box, and she hasn't taken Glinda out of the box. So did these come with the little command hooks? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing that was an addition, which is a clever way to display their outfits if you want to get them out and change them into different outfits. Smart. All right, next up, looks like a custom on the left. Feel free to tell me more about that doll in the comments, Emily. And we've got, I think, a Truly Me 124, more Truly Me's, and then there's a custom Jess mold down the line. Is that a CYO or a custom? If I had to guess, I would say custom, just because it looks like an older Jess mold than what is currently available on the CYO generator. Anyway, she's cute. And another Truly Me, I believe, and Marisol at the end. Very nice. Yeah, just started back up as an adult. I'd say you're in that rapid acquisition phase. This is fun. They're ready for Jammies January. Gosh, I said it already. I got to get mine dressed. All right, liking the pink hair. That's cute. I'm not usually one for the bright haired dolls, but I like it. Rapunzel looks really nice. Aw, Claudie next to her. That's a cute second set of pajamas for the Hoffman twins. If you didn't want to do the nightgown, or not, whatever. If you didn't want to do the nightgown. Cute. They look so cozy. Look at Mia. All right, moving right along. Number 19 is from Danielle, and her Instagram account is at Danny's_dolls_222. Danielle says, I started collecting about 2.5 years ago when I was given Claudie as a gift. First of all, let me just tell you, if Claudie had been my first exposure to the American Girl world, I would have been all in so fast. That doll is gorgeous. My first exposure to them was like 20 plus year old, definitely faded, had seen better days, classic molds, and like 2 or 3 of them lined up and they all kind of looked the same to me and they looked a little bit creepy, but yeah, Claudie, that would have done it. Danielle says, this year I downsized by 2 dolls, but added 6, which means up 4 total. And I'm looking forward to doing my first light face up on TM 114. I'll have to look up who Truly Me 114 is because you all know that the upper numbers I cannot keep straight. All right. And I will say that I went to look and see how many pictures did Danielle include. And unless I'm mistaken and I missed something, only 1. And I was like, well, it only has 4 dolls in it. So I did grab a couple. This is the only account that I have done that for so far, but I did grab a couple extra pictures from Instagram. So let's start out. We've got, this is like an all-star cast. Joss, Addie, Nanea, and Claudie. Yes. All the yes. Like you've got different 4 different face molds and 4 different like hair textures and lengths and styles, and they all look cute. And then this is one that I pulled from Danielle's Instagram account just to show like some of the different dolls, because I know that obviously if she went up by 4 this year, then the collection totals more than 4. And this was for AGIG Recital Week. And it was also during Black History Month, so this makes sense. And then this one was a more recent one. I really want to know where the pajamas came from that Bryant is wearing. So Danielle, if you can let me know in the comments. My poor Bryant has like a couple things. And Jason, if you're watching, I really hope that you do make good on your resolution to make more Welly Wisher size clothes, particularly for Bryant this year, because we need them. We need them. Fill the void. All right. Very cute. Next up is Caroline's collection, Caroline's_collectibles on Instagram. And Caroline shared, I started my collection when I got Caroline for my 7th birthday, and as I got more dolls over the years, they became my obsession. I currently have around 30 dolls. About half of them are new and half are secondhand. I especially like the earlier dolls, and I love finding old dolls to restore. Same. I do like that. Like it's kind of therapeutic and calming too, and rewarding, especially the hair restorations. It's really rewarding to see something come together and transform in such a short period of time. Anyway, on to Caroline's collection. So we've got Christmas time pictures. Claudie being perfection, of course. I see an 85 there. Caroline, I think 26 is on the side in the front row. Very nice. Here we go. Front row, next to Mia, I believe, is a rare girly. And then 2 Felicities next to each other. I see a mix in terms of clothes of modern and historical and our generation and American Girl and probably other brands. That is definitely my style of the way I approach dressing our dolls. Aw, Kit looks so cute in that, right next to Caroline. That's really cute. I like shorter haired Kits. That's just my preference. I don't have a preference about like chubby faced or thinner faced or whatever. I just like shorter haired Kits. And Kaya looks nice and cozy in Kirsten's winter woolens. I like the outfit that Covey's wearing next to Kaya. Oh, these are very nice. It's like a mix of, oh, I recognize this outfit, and oh, that's new. That's a treat for my eyes. And then the group picture. Bless you. Anybody who has a larger collection and takes a group picture where they're actually posed, I'm so impressed by. I have one picture of all of our dolls recently, and they were all laying down on the basement doll room floor, and I was taking it from above. So it just shows the size of the collection, but not it doesn't showcase them like this does. All right. Speaking of Jason, I mentioned just a minute ago, I am referring to Jason from Silly Monkey Doll Clothes over on Instagram and on Etsy. And Jason comments regularly. I love his collection. He says, I'm sending you 6 photos of my doll families, and I'm going to just show you the pictures as I'm reading about them so that you can get a little information. This first one is of the Garcia family. All the families are siblings. The American Girl dolls are all between late teens and late 20s. I started collecting in 1997, and a lot of dolls have come and gone during that time. I try to limit my collection to around 50 to keep it from getting overwhelming. I currently have about 60, though. Time to do some thinning out, I guess. I didn't include photos of the single dolls without families just because I ran out of time getting them dressed. Thanks for the motivation to actually get most of them dressed and photographed. My New Year's goal is to write up profiles on all of the dolls with information on their ages, hobbies, fashion styles, relationships, etc. Jason, by the way, I have been considering, do I want to do a more formal write-up on each of my dolls than I already have? Because I have a lot of information kind of here and there, but do I want to organize it differently? So I might be joining you, although I'm not going to pressure myself to write one for every doll because I will end up making things feel forced. I just want to write things as they come to me for each doll. Anyway, Jason says, my other goal is to get more permanent dollhouse rooms built so I don't have to set up temporary rooms when I want to take photos for Instagram. Second family is the Lindstrom family, 3 boys and 3 girls. And I love Jason. Jason, I love the temporary things that you do in the background. I know you're like, I want to get away from that, but I really like them. And I obviously love all the neutrals. I love the style of your dolls. And these, they're neutral colors, which allows you to mix these patterns like plaid and stripes in the same outfit, and it looks really good together. All right, next up is the Teague family. They have been waiting for a big sister or brother for years, but I haven't found a redheaded AG yet. I'm assuming you mean that you like, because I know they make plenty of them. Blair could be, or do you not use named characters for them? All right, 4th picture is the Sun family. Sun or Soon, I'm not sure. This is a cute family. And that's a really pretty number 4. Sun family, was there extra information about that? Nope. 5th picture is the Larson family, 3 boys and 6 girls. Let's take a look at the Larson family. So there's some ruby red fashion friends, the itty bitty baby, and obviously Welly Wisher and American Girl dolls. I like seeing, excuse me, I like seeing re-wigged Welly Wishers, which is a nice feature of this collection. And then the last family is the Anderson family, 1 boy and 5 girls. And I'm not a big ruby red fashion friends person, but I think that they, the darker skinned ones I like better because the other ones just look a little bit like, almost a little bit translucent, kind of like Elmer's glue or something. I don't know, like a little bit translucent. Their skin tone just has a very different quality than American Girl, but I don't notice it as much if they have darker skin. But the lighter ones do kind of, I don't know, they read a little bit translucent to me. But this girl fits right in with the, what did I say? Anderson family? Yes. Yeah, super cute. I'm sure Kendall is named something else, but Kendall's freaking adorable. All right. Collection number 22 comes from a viewer. It's actually viewers because the person shared, my daughters and I, my 2 daughters and I, were excited to show off our collection. Great pictures are hard to take, though. Hopefully you can use some of these. The shelving unit was in our basement when we moved in. We think it works great for a dollhouse. I started collecting when I was 7 when I received Kirsten for Christmas. When I was 11, I bought Kit with my own money. Through college, my dolls were packed up. When my 4 younger sisters were into American Girl, I went with them to Chicago 3 or 4 times, and I still enjoyed them, but had the mindset that adults don't buy dolls for themselves. Wahaha. In 2024, I decided to buy Kanani on eBay. She is pictured in blue pajamas coming up, and she is my favorite doll. Her face is so sweet. She's a bit different than my other Kanani that I bought on Marketplace. After I bought her, I made a goal to buy one of each face mold. Most of our dolls cost between free and $60. We found Samantha during our city cleanup in a garbage bag full of girl clothes that someone put on their curb to be thrown out. She was a lovely surprise. My collection is complete now, but every doll is so unique and beautiful. I'm not sure if I can stop collecting. Take care. Yes, my collection is complete until it isn't. All right, so first up, we've got some historical girls. And Marie Grace's pin curls, and some of her curl has fallen out, but I will tell you, I don't mind that at all. I kind of like Marie Grace without the pin curls, so I wish people would stop cutting them off, because I feel like half the used Marie Grace dolls that I find have the pin curls cut off. And then a Samantha, Kirsten, and Kit. I'm just looking at Kirsten's, her head thing, head wreath, whatever it's called, looks a little bit different than mine does. Maybe it's a repro. I don't know. And then some jammies. Oh, yeah. That Kanani is really sweet faced. You know who? I mean, all 4 of these girls are gorgeous. You know who I regret selling? Isabel. I think like this Isabel has a particularly sweet face. And our Isabel had a really sweet face. And I just sometimes regret selling her, which is not like, doesn't make me lose sleep at night, but maybe she's one that I will repurchase in the future. Next up, we've got the second Kanani and Leah, Kaya, and Truly Me 26. Everybody looks cute. I really like the romper that Leah is wearing. And the little socks above her boots. Yeah, this is super cute. And then here is, nope, it's not the final picture. It's the final dolls picture, because then we get into doll houses. We've got 49, Joss, 30, and I don't know the girl on the right's number. But she stole clothes from Mia's closet. I really like Joss's outfit. I think that might be my favorite from this picture, which looks like it's a mix of, there's American Girl boots and an Our Generation jacket, and I'm not sure about the rest of it. Okay, so here is the shelving unit that was just in their home. I love that. You walk down in the basement and you're like, what am I going to do with this? And then I'm going to make a dollhouse out of this. I think my favorite room is the middle one, the one that has the Christmas tree in it right now. Although also sometimes I would like a laundry room, so I like that one as well. That's nice to get a better sense of the scale. I like that it has a roof, and I wonder if it has storage in there. All right, next up is another one from a viewer. This one says, I think this person, oh yeah, she said, I am 14 and a half. So like maybe one of my younger viewers said, I would like to be referred to as just a viewer. I have had a liking for dolls since I was a young child. Most dolls I got for birthdays, Christmas, or from Shop Goodwill. Very rarely eBay or Mercari, as it is hard to find good deals nowadays. I have 36 Truly Me dolls that I couldn't fit into one frame, so they're not pictured. I live in Michigan and saw you at the sale last month in Salem, but didn't get a chance to say hi. Aw, shoot. I have gotten more dolls since this photo, but they haven't been cleaned, so they're not pictured. My favorite is my mid to late 1987 white body Kirsten, as she's my favorite and a Shop Goodwill find. This may seem like a lot, but they were good deals and were paid with by my money from eBay sales. Well, let's see. Ooh, nice. Starting out strong. So we've got Z, and that's a really pretty Z, by the way, like super pretty. And then the pink Stardust doll and the shimmering silver limited edition doll. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. Your shimmering silver is like, one of these things is not like the other. Put some clothes on me. And then we've got some of the historical girlies. Kirsten and her factory braids looking amazing. Next up, oh, that's a lot of bitty babies. And some bitty twins. I've never had a bitty twin. My daughter has 3 bitty babies, and I think we only paid for one of them. We bought one new, and the others either came in a lot or were free. This is a nice picture. I am too afraid to do the stare pictures because I know I would just knock over a doll and then the domino effect would be way too real. Okay, I'm going to say surprising to me anyway. It always surprises me when I hear myself saying this, but that's Samantha. So there are older Samanthas that I think are really pretty. Like they have like lighter brown hair and they're really soft lashes and they still have their coloring or they've had it restored, had a little work done, and they're just gorgeous. And then there are occasionally also some Be Forever Samanthas that I find really, really cute. And this Samantha that is second row, second from the left, I don't know if she's a Be Forever, but she gives that vibe. And she's really precious. She's super cute in that little nightgown. Oh, and then Rebecca has the only Rebecca pajamas that we don't own on. Yeah, nice, nice. And then here's the next one. Oh, Covey stole the shimmering silver girl's outfit. That's why she's naked. Well, I mean, she's in her underwear. Not bad at all for getting most of these secondhand. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Collection number 24 is from Riley, and her At Winter Lilac AG Instagram handle is here on the screen. Riley says, I've been collecting since 2012, took a brief hiatus between 2018 and 2021 because of peer pressure, but still loved my dolls. When I wasn't collecting, I would read their books or interact with Instagram posts. AGIG brought me out of my hiatus, along with the realization that if someone was going to judge me for my dolls, they aren't worth having around anyways. Amen. I'm a university student right now, and I have found that most people I tell about my dolls find it cool or find them scary, which is crazy to me. Here's my collection. So these will be divided up by Girl of the Year, historical, numbered dolls, collector dolls, and customs. Riley says, I was trying to collect all the Girl of the Years up to Leah at one point and the historicals as well, but I ended up having some that just didn't bring me joy. And I think for me, collecting the dolls I like is more enjoyable. Hard agree for me. I do know people who are like, I'm a completionist, and even though I don't really like this doll, I will buy it anyway. And that is fine, to each their own. It's not the way I approach it. I also reached 50 dolls, Riley says, and just started to pump the brakes. Over this past summer, my twin and I began to make custom dolls, went a little crazy, ending up with 10. We're still fine-tuning the eye swaps and adding finishing touches. I would love to give one of them tattoos like you've done, but I'm pretty proud of what we've made. So let's check them out. This is super helpful to have them all labeled. So obviously, this is the Girl of the Year picture. Man, everybody's dressing Leah so cute. I liked the romper that she was in a past collection. And Leah, who is Percy here, is wearing a super cute dress that I really like. And then now we've got customs. I'm just checking out the folks in the back. I really like Finnick. Finnick might be my favorite on this page. I'm not sure. Okay, next are numbered and biddy and pets. Emma's my favorite on this one. It's hard though, because Milla is, I think, a Truly Me 55, and I really like Truly Me 55, but Emma looks super cute. All right, and then next we've got historicals. I'm jealous. Grace and I want Melody's purple outfit so much. I really want that outfit. I just can't part with the money to buy it. If I ever came across Kirsten's baking dress at a reasonable price, it would be going nowhere except for on our dolls. And also, I'm keeping an eye out for Melody's purple outfit, birthday outfit, I think. Aww. These are really nice. The natural lighting is really good. And Grace's Wicked dolls are still in box. So it's nice I always appreciate seeing them taken out. I think she will take hers out. She just hasn't yet. And they are the impressive stare picture that I'm just never going to be able to provide for you all. Gosh, it makes me so nervous. So nervous. But look at them. They are like all standing. I'm so impressed. Okay, collection number 25 is from Kaylee over at AG Star 91, both here and on Instagram. If you are not familiar with her channel, I thoroughly enjoy her content. Highly recommend you go check out her channel. She's got 6 pictures, I believe, and I'm just going to walk you through them as we look at them. The first one is full collection as of fall of 2025, and this is beautiful. Like crisp, clear picture. Everybody is posed well, and I'm really drawn to Molly in her Camp Go On Again outfit. It's so cute. And it makes me smile to see her number 4 because I know how long Kaylee was looking for a number 4, and she was really happy with this one. I was keeping an eye out, but ultimately I was not the one who helped her land that sweetie. Second photo is the 13 dolls that live in her dollhouse. Our dolls, everybody is in and out of the dollhouses, but I do kind of like this concept of people having, like, I have a main dollhouse or one dollhouse, and these are the dolls that have permanent residence there. The next picture is her dolls dressed for Jammy January, and I find this so inspiring. I have been dressing my dolls. Like, I started this video saying I need to dress my dolls for Jammy January, and I'm doing this video over a few days. So actually, I did dress the dolls last night for Jammy January, and I want to do something like this. Kaylee, I was like, I don't have a way to display them all, but this just looks so fun, and you did it. You nailed it. I think I don't know what her number is, but she's Easton in our collection. The one in the red and white pajamas all the way in the back. She is the one that stands out to me when I looked at this. I don't know. She's a standout. And then the next picture is a pride photo. Obviously, I always appreciate a good pride photo shoot. The next one, though, I really like is Kaylee's first 4 dolls as an adult, modeling her favorite historical dolls collection, and that is her first childhood doll. So Samantha's collection being paraded by these other dolls is such a sweet thing. Like, I love the composition of this. I do like the idea of multiple dolls wearing one doll's collection so that you can see all of them at the same time. And then the final photo, she said, bonus photo, my mini me and my husband's mini me at the American Girl store in Chicago. Kaylee, thank you for sharing. And then collection number 26 is from Bree. And she is known as this_little_whimsy on Instagram, and says, here are some of my collection from photos this year. It consists of the dolls that appeal to me rather than one specific line. Photography is my first love, so the main purpose of my collection is using the dolls as models for my photos. Plus, they are just so darn cute. I have several customs as I enjoy thrifting TLC dolls and customizing them. Minnie is my mini-me, while others are based on book characters. Claire and Brianna are based on Outlander, or Brianna. Emily, Ilse, Marigold, and Kilminnie, I do not know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, are based on my favorite L.M. Montgomery characters. That said, my dolls frequently time travel or play different roles in my photography scenes as needed. Relatable. I would like to add a Jess sculpt, possibly a boy at some point, but otherwise I'm pretty much content with my collection. Problem is, I told myself I would never have more than 20, and I have that exact amount currently. What to do now? Bree, I feel like, if I'm just guessing, I feel like you might have submitted last year because the feel of this picture, like the vibe, the general aesthetic of it feels very familiar and so pleasing on the eyes. Like Addie in that dress, Eden, I would love to have that doll. I'm not going to pay the crazy prices, so it's just going to be if fate deals me that hand, but she is super cute. Charlotte looks precious. Marigold, oh my gosh. Rowena, oh, so many gorgeous dolls. These are mostly just close-ups of the same pictures. They're so good. I don't even have words. I'm just going to let people look. So pretty. I don't know how you would pick who to get rid of to be able to add a Jess mold. Maybe you just need 22. I don't know. All right. Next up is Ellen and Kristen. And I've got both of their Instagram stuff. And YouTube, also edges_AG. And so Ellen was the one who wrote the little blurb and sent it to me and said, "This is my sister Kristen and I's collection from this year. You can just refer to us as siblings or sisters for the video. Our collection started in 2010 and it has grown so much since then. I believe we both have around 50 dolls now. And I don't know if that means 50 each or 50 total. The pic that has Melody wearing a green cardigan is Kristen's shelf, and the other picture is my shelf. We have gotten a few additions, including some of the new Playline Princess dolls and a Bedazzled doll. And holy crap, I did see this picture. You are like, prepare to be blown away. Ellen took a full year to complete her. All of our dolls are dressed and ready to be shown off. Enjoy." Oh, I don't see Melody wearing a green cardigan. This must be Ellen's shelf. I like the Melody Play outfit on the second shelf, left-hand side. I like the Melody Play outfit top with, I think, what might be some Julie pants. I'm not sure. I also like that the number 4 is wearing Rebecca's cardigan. It seems like there's a lot of mixing historical and modern in this collection, which I really like. Yeah, top row, I see Melody's Play outfit shorts tucked in with Courtney's top. This is fun. This is fun. There's a whole lot of time travel going on here just in the fashion. And then this is Kristen's shelf. And it does look like maybe they each have 50. If I'm just kind of doing a quick glance, it's beginning to look a lot like our house. And then here are the new additions, I believe, the Playline Princess dolls. And a custom there, their own Ariel. Then here is the Bedazzled doll. Like, oh, holy crap. I cannot believe, I thought, I'm not going to lie, when I saw this picture that I'm about to show you, I thought, this is AI. And I was briefly like a little bit annoyed because why would somebody submit an AI picture when they're trying to show off their collection? And then I read the blurb and I was like, nope, that's legit a doll. That is crazy. Like, this does not have to be your style. This does not have to be something you would do. But I think every single person watching can appreciate how much work this must have been and like how well executed it is. I don't even know what the inspiration for this was. Was it just the silver eye? Like, this is, I don't know. It's mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing. All right, collection number 28 is from Nikki, aka at Tuesday's Doll Tales on Instagram, and she says, "In my doll collection, I like to have as much diversity as possible. I have dolls with missing fingers, amputees, cerebral palsy, diabetes, and autism. My girls bring me such joy and help regulate my emotions. I am truly so grateful for other adult collectors." Same, friend, same. All right, let's check out the dolls. The first picture is of her 3 favorite dolls in her collection, and including the one on the left, which is a childhood Josefina. And you can see that the fingers are missing on that right hand. I believe that was the dog who did that. Also, that is a really, really pretty Josefina. Like, she looks very distinct to me. The next picture is primarily Welly Wishers, but all 14-inch dolls. Maybe that's a Glitter Girls on the right-hand side. I'm not sure. I like that they're all wearing the sweaters, and I wonder if any of those were the wine bottle sweaters, because I have used those on Welly Wishers, and they like actually properly fit Welly Wishers, and I've also used them on American Girl dolls. And then the final picture is obviously not a complete collection because I don't see all the wellies. The 14-inch dolls are not there, but it looks like maybe all of the 18-inch dolls are present, plus some babes in the front. Very cute. I'm looking almost at the top, like second row down, all the way to the left, and that Josefina is kind of the standout of the collection to me for some reason. Lots of Our Generation and some My Life As in here too, so a good mix of 18-inch dolls. And then the next collection is from Kyle at American Boy Collects AG Plus here on YouTube. And Kyle broke down 3 different pictures, says, I'm just going to show you the pictures as we go. First picture is an almost complete display. It's the Seeing Double Christmas display. I love the idea of titling them. Features 2 variations of Molly and Samantha's Christmas dresses and both versions of Felicity's gown, plus the double part also incorporates best friends dolls. Then, second picture, Kyle says, this is eventually going to become my multicultural holiday display. One shelf is going to have Josefina and Kaya holding each other's dolls, sharing their cultures, while Rebecca is setting up the girl of today menorah, and Lindsay is sitting on the floor spinning the dreidel. Meanwhile, on the other shelf, Kirsten, Addie, and Mary Ellen are going to be making Christmas cookies and Kirsten's St. Lucia buns or Lucia buns. And then lastly, Nanea and Moana Lisa in my collection will be outside the shelf welcoming guests to Kirsten's house. This will add in Nanea's Hawaiian culture and Kwanzaa because Moana's backstory is different in my collection. And then the third picture is a temporary display. Kyle says, when I finally get the top of my piano cleared off, it is supposed to be a fun living room display featuring the 4 iconic Girl of Today Christmas outfits, along with Kanani and Courtney, plus one other holiday outfit. And there was a lot more, but Kyle said, oh, I realized I was supposed to write a paragraph in total, not a paragraph for each picture. Oops. So yeah, I did heavily edit that, but Kyle, thank you for sharing your collection. And then collection number 30 is from Beatrice. She shared, I live near Toronto and I have 7 doll families. They all live in a small town called Maplewood Hollow. I love when people have like whole towns and interconnected families and things like that. I'm a little bit more like this little whimsy, like my dolls time travel as needed, or they, kind of era swap or personality change a little bit sometimes just to fit my whatever photo shoot idea I have in my head. But I like when there's kind of this internal world building consistency. Anyway, Beatrice says, my little doll town is situated in a previously unused crawling space that I have taken over. I try to have a mixture of molds. I started collecting in 2016 when I discovered the American Girl Shop in Toronto. I didn't know anything about it before, as I was born in France. I am on Instagram at bcraftdolls, and let's just dive into the pictures. So the first one is the Irwin family. I love that these are like all color thematic. My friend Robin did this on her displays a couple years ago for Christmas. I really like the Rudolph Christmas sweater on the left. And then the next picture is the Clark's family. Moana in Melody's outfit might be the winner for me in this one, though tough call. Tough call, because the baby she's holding in the reindeer outfit is freaking adorable. And then the Randall family is up next. I do love a good red plaid, so I'm hard pressed to pick like a best, but whoever is on the left over there looking like a straight up Mrs. Claus might be winning at Christmas. And then the Lou family coming up next. I think the gentleman on the right might be wearing my favorite outfit. I think that is adorable. Again, plaids and just looking dressed for the weather. It's snowing outside right now, so I'm feeling that. Next is the O'Brien family, mostly gingers in here. I'm going to go with Willa as a favorite. She looks so cute, and I love that she's got her little stole on. Next up is the Scott family. This is an eclectic look. Look, Jason, if you're still watching, Bryant needs clothes. Look at these pants. No offense. No offense, Beatrice, but we need more pants for Bryant, right? It's not a criticism of what he's wearing. It's more like we need more options. I like all the Christmas sweaters, but I think the blue dress in the front is one of my favorites. It's a really pretty American Girl holiday dress. And then the Beaumont family is last. Ooh. Oh, both boys on the left-hand side look really nice, but because I haven't seen that blue Argyle sweater, like sweater vest, whatever it is, I'm going to maybe pick that one. Maybe pick that one as a favorite. Okay, thank you so much for sharing, Beatrice. Next up is Elle at Forever Snow Dolls on Instagram, and Elle did not give any additional information, just said refer to me as Elle at Forever Snow Dolls on Instagram. So we're just going to dive right into the pictures. Ooh, these are pretty. These are really pretty. Elle was like, my photos will just speak for themselves. They do. Oh, I love this. Okay, these pictures are so clear and lovely. The lighting in these is really nice, like a commercial for some kind of shampoo. This one's fun with 85. I don't know these dolls' names, but 85, I do at least know the numbers. Raiding of the closet has happened for Molly to be in Julie's meat pants. Here, Felicity's eyes don't look so like frighteningly green. And several of the pictures from this video have featured Felicity's where the eyes don't look so kind of unnaturally green. They look really pretty. And then, oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite picture of this collection, which is saying something because they're all really good pictures. But that black and white next to the bright red of Ariel's hair is a winner. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. We are getting close, there's one more and from an individual, and then there was a family that each submitted, and I chose to break them up as separate entries. So, and then we'll be done. So next up is number 32, Joe. And by the way, at this point, we are firmly in the category of people who were submitting at like 11 p.m. on December 31st, which always cracks me up. All right, so Joe says, here are most of my dolls. I got into collecting in 2019. I spent lockdown sewing until 5 a.m. They live in my craft room right above my sewing machine, begging me to get back into it. My neurodivergence has been making my doll hobby a little hard. My brain, for some reason, refuses to style my sewn pieces with AG brand or even new AG with old AG, but I'm hoping to break that in 2026. Joe, I hope that for you. It is a lovely world, and I hope that you love it. Once you start crossing those lines and blurring those lines, I hope that you have a lot of fun with it and you never look back. Far left in the photo with the poodle skirt is my only custom. Hold on, I'm reading that, but I also want to see it. Let me just jump into pictures. Oh, Truly Me 62 is so cute. This outfit is precious. So that is the Clueless skirt fashioned with, okay, so mixing up American Girl stuff, apparently no issue because I'm seeing like Covey's outfit with a Truly Me jacket and some Courtney pants. Like there's a lot of mixing up here. The Western chic with the class president or whatever it's called outfit jacket. These are cute. Nice fashion sense, Joe. All right. And then here's the custom. That's a really nice wig. Feel free to share where you got the wig. I like your Gabriella or 46, whatever it is, wearing that vest over a t-shirt. That is a look I haven't seen people put together, and I like it. And then 44, I believe, with the Janie and Jack and the Courtney skirt. That's a good combo. Ooh, the Nanea mold with the those grayish blue tights, and I think that's the newer Janie and Jack or whoever came out with the collab this year top. That's a really, oh, these are good. You need to start mixing it up. Because if you're already doing this, limiting yourself to just American Girl with other American Girl, like modern American Girl with other modern American Girl, think what you're going to accomplish if you just bust that door wide open. Do it. And then next is the collection where I said it was a family and I chose to break up their contributions. So the first one is from Dashell or Dashel. I think maybe Dashel. And she says, I'm 10. This is my doll collection. In the back left is Covey wearing her alphabet outfit because she and I share a love of Wicked, and her jacket because it's so fluffy and I love it. And her dog Scamper is there too. In the back middle is my mini-me, Dashel doll. She's my first custom doll my mom ever made, and seeing her rip off a doll's wig scarred me for life. Back right is Ginger. I bought her from the American Girl store in Chicago. In the middle row is Luciana. I got her because we both love space. And on her head is her mini self, and she was my first mini doll. Next is Corinne, my most recent doll. I wanted her because I read her books and I loved them, and her dog Flurry. Next is Iris. I like the colors of her hair and her eyes. My mom's friend gave her a double ear piercing. On her lap is Minnie Molly. I bought her with my own money at the doll store in Chicago. I don't know where her glasses are at the moment. I lost them. But my mom let me borrow her Mini Molly's glasses for the picture. In the front is Lucy Canister, my first 18-inch doll. Her name is Lucy Lancaster from a book, but my brother pronounced it Canister. She came with a dog and a dog brush, which I thought was a toothbrush. I tried to brush her teeth and it scratched her face. I don't mind it though. This is adorable. Thank you so much, Dashel, for sharing. And the next one came from a viewer. So this was one of the children in the family who did not want to identify themselves as anything other than a viewer, but shared, the dog is Snowfluff. The kids are Ben, Hannah, and Emerson. Ben's moms are Annie and Kate. Hannah's mom is Summer. Emerson's mom is Nadine. Oh, but it looks like it's Nadine, not Nadine, based on the pronunciation that's written in the parentheses. Okay, and then the next one is from this collector's 3-year-old son, Augie, and he is 3 years old and contributed the following information. My glitter boy is named Icicle Arena. I freaking love this. Anybody who has had a young child and listened to them suggest names for pets or siblings or dolls or anything can appreciate that the glitter boy is named Icicle Arena. I'm here for it. My other doll is Millie, and she's on roller skates. And then Megan is the adult collector in the family. And Megan and I have met in real life a couple times up in Michigan at the Saline, whatever, Michigan Doll Show. And Megan says, I don't have any social media accounts to share. I'm excited to share part of my collection with you and your viewers. I didn't have time to take new photos, but here are some of my favorites and some of my most used dolls. This is probably only about half my collection, so I guess a goal for this year should be to get some group photos. Bless you. Good luck. My dolls are almost all modern. I consider them to be blank slates when I buy them, though some keep their names and aspects of their stories. Most have names, ages, interests, and family members and or friends. The 18-inch ones range from about 10-ish to mid-50s, and the wellies are about 5 to 7 years in age. I've been on the lookout for other dolls to fill in the 2 to 4-year-old range and the 8 to 10-year-old range. And then when we get to the photos, this one, she says, I've been a big Wicked fan for 20 years, so I am loving the Wicked dolls. This is my Wicked collection at the moment. I'm looking forward to adding more Elphabas and Galindas in different face molds and improving Nessa, Fierro, and Bach. My most used setting is the B&B, Blair's Restaurant, run by Julie and Etta, second and third from the left in this picture. Rebecca, Amethyst, and Nikki work there. Lillian, second from right, is Julie's much younger half-sister. She's an engineer at NASA but visits often, especially now that she's in a relationship with Amethyst. These dolls are all dressed for their annual Wicked party. This is another commonly used group, this picture. They are an extended family. Clockwise from the left are Miles, Whit, Amara, Adeline, Kamaya, and Azalea. And this is also an extended family. Twins Mary Ellen and Emily Wynn got to spend the evening out together while their kids spent the evening in with their cousins. Shay, Annabelle, Mia, Sage, and Elspeth are all ready to watch the movie, but Maeve and Hazel are still getting snacks. I also like creating my own versions of book, movie, and musical characters, such as the Schuler sisters from Hamilton, the Madrigal sisters from Encanto, Tamora's Pierce's Alana, and Roald Dahl's, or I think there was an extra apostrophe in there, Tamora Pierce's Alana and Roald Dahl's Matilda. Holy crap, that's a really accurate Matilda. Like the most accurate Matilda I've seen done as an AG, as portrayed by Mara Wilson, and characters from The Christmas Witch by Stephen Kellogg. Finally, here are the two who started it all. Samantha, who got a new to her wig this year, and Emily Catherine, girl of today, 12. Finally, a doll with blonde hair and brown eyes like me. My main goal for my collection this year is creating more DIY, using what I have, taking photos, and less consuming, less purchasing, and less scrolling other people's photos. Nice goals. And lovely collection. Tell your kids, kids, if you're watching, thanks for contributing to the My Reaction to Your Collections video. And that is that. We're done. Thank you so much. If you missed this, if you're watching it and you're like, oh, I wish I had known about this, I'll just tell you right now. every December, I open the call for submissions. I will put out the guidelines, how many pictures, what I want you to include. People don't always follow directions, but I can't control that. I at least try. And the deadline is always the end of the year. So if it is submitted by 11:59 p.m. on the whatever, the 31st of December, then it will be included. I have yet to exclude anybody's collection. And this is number 3. So again, look in the description for the links to the other 2 videos if you've missed them. I hope you enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoy getting to learn about other people's approaches to collecting, getting to see their old old Jess molds, or things that they have made, scenes that they've created, any of those things. And I appreciate getting the opportunity to shout you all out and share your creativity with the rest of the community. So thank you so much. Come back soon. I will be back with another video within the week. Bye.